Hey guys, it's Landon with Taught-by-Surveyor.org. This is another video in the set of videos we're doing about unit conversions, the kind of unit conversions that land surveyors use. In the last video, we covered conversions from radians, which is some funky math measure pi-based thing that mathematicians use to measure angles. Apparently, folks in the U.S. Army that run artillery also use radians. So we taught you how to go from radians to decimal degrees. Okay, in this video, we're going to teach you how to go from from degrees, minutes, seconds to decimal degrees. Then we'll do another video that shows you how to go back the other direction from decimal degrees to degrees, minutes, seconds. So this is important for land surveyors because land surveyors don't measure angles in decimal degrees. Basically, everybody in the world measures angles in decimal degrees except for mathematicians and land surveyors. So land surveyors, we use what we call degrees, minutes, seconds. So if you look at your typical survey map, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see angles or bearings or azimuths expressed in degrees, minutes, seconds. So let's talk for a minute about what degrees, minutes, seconds are, and then we're going to walk through a process, the steps you go through to convert from degrees, minutes, seconds to decimal degrees. Land surveyors should be able to do this on their calculator. Okay, there are programs, calculators and computer programs that will do this math for you, but land surveyors should be able to understand how to do it with just basic arithmetic on their calculator. Okay, so degrees, minutes, seconds. I'm going to try and draw a good circle. I've been trying to draw better circles on my whiteboard, but it's hard. I need a whiteboard compass. All right, that's okay. It's an okay circle. Okay, so degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay, we take the circle and we split it into 360 degrees, just like we do in decimal degrees. Okay, but when we want to express fractions of a degree, we divide each degree into 60 minutes, okay, which we use this symbol for. Okay, that's what surveyors use that symbol for. That's minutes. Okay, just like minutes on a clock. Okay, and then we divide each minute into 60 seconds. Okay. Okay, which means each degree, 1 degree, okay, is equal to 3,600 seconds. Okay, and this is going to be an important number when we're doing these conversions. This number right here, 3,600, is going to be important. So I want you to remember that. Okay, so we're going to use that in our math. Okay, and just so you guys know, it's really hard for surveyors to measure angles to the nearest second. I would say most of the time we can measure angles to the nearest 5 seconds or 10 seconds, but we express angle values and direction values to the nearest second. Okay, so we lie a little bit. We pretend that we can measure better than we actually can. Okay, so let's just walk through the process. If we have a value in degrees, minutes, seconds, and we want to convert it to decimal degrees, what are the steps that we go through? I'm trying not to walk out of my camera view. You got to remember that. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to separate our whole degrees. Okay, so we're just going to kind of put that in a box to the side, separate the whole degrees. Okay. Okay, then we're going to take what's left over. So we're going to take the fractional part of a degree, and we're going to multiply that by 60. Okay, what that is going to give us is the fractional part, the whole minutes and fractional parts of a minute. Okay, and if you don't understand that, just hang tight. We're actually going to do the math. Okay, so then the third step is we're going to separate the whole minutes. And what I'll try and do is we'll actually try and code this conversion in Python. I think that'd be good for you guys. Separate whole minutes. Okay. Okay, and then we want to multiply the fractional part of a minute by 60 again. Fractional part of a minute. Okay, that's going to give us our seconds. Okay, and the last step is we want to round our seconds. Round our seconds. Okay, now this may sound confusing. Hopefully it'll be a little clearer with an example. So let's look at an example. Okay, so if I tell you I've got 193.25546 degrees, and we want to know what is that in degrees, minutes, and seconds. Okay, so I'm going to erase my lopsided potato-shaped circle over here. It looks more like a geoid than a circle. Okay, so let's do this math. So we're going to just follow the steps. So the first thing we want to do is separate our whole degrees. We're just going to put them in a box over here. Okay, so we have 193 whole degrees. We're just going to write those over here, 193 whole degrees. We're going to put them in a box over here. We're going to come back and get that later. Okay, so that leaves us with the fractional part of a degree, which is this part right here. Okay, so we're going to bring this down. I'm going to put a 0 in front of it, 25546. That's the fractional part of a degree. Okay, we want to multiply that by 60. So let's do that math. I'm going to grab my calculator. Oop, I'm going to drop my calculator. Okay. So if I take 0.25546 times 60, I get 15. So this is equal to 15.3276. Okay, so this is decimal minutes. Okay, so I want to separate out the whole minutes, which is right here, 15. Okay, so we're going to put that to the side in its own box. Okay. So I'm going to put that over here in another box. We're just going to save it for later. We got 15 minutes. Okay, now we do the same thing. We separate out, okay, we separated out the whole minutes. Now we take the fractional part of the minutes. Okay, so we're going to drop this down, 0.3276, and we multiply that by 60. That's going to give us the number of seconds. Okay, so on your calculator, what you can do is just minus 15, and that'll give you that number, 0.3276. We're going to multiply that by 60. Okay, that gives me 19.656 seconds. Now, you look down here, the last thing we do is round the seconds. I'm going to round to the nearest second. That's going to be 20 seconds. Put that in a box up here, 20 seconds. Okay, now we have this angle in degrees, minutes, seconds. 193 degrees, 15 minutes, 20 seconds. Okay, or you could write it this way too. Sometimes I write it this way, 193-15-20. Okay, that is how you convert from decimal degrees to degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay, I actually did this one backwards. Sorry, we went decimal degrees to degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay, let's do one more example for you guys. Okay, and then we'll stop the video. We're going to do another video and go the other direction. Okay, so let's say we've got an angle in decimal degrees. It's 36.3333333 degrees. Okay, so I want to know what is that in degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay, so we're going to just go down our chart here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put the whole degrees in their own box. So we'll erase our boxes here. Okay, so the whole degrees are going to go over here, 36. Okay, I'm going to be left with 0.333333. I'm going to multiply that by 60. That's going to give me my minutes. Okay, so that's going to give me 19.99998. Okay, so we're going to separate out the whole seconds. 19 seconds. I'm sorry, 19 minutes. Okay, that's the minutes. Okay, then we're going to drop this down, 0.99998, and we're going to multiply that by 60 to get our seconds. So my calculator, I'm just going to hit minus 19 to get that number in my Q there, and we're going to multiply that times 60. Okay, so that equals 59.9988 seconds. Okay, we want to round that. So when we round that up, we get 60 seconds. Now, that's part of the reason I did this example. Okay, so 60 seconds is a full minute. Okay, so what that means is we're going to write 0, 0 here for our seconds, and we're going to add a minute, okay, because we can't have 60 seconds. We're in a base 60 system. Okay, so this becomes 36 degrees, 20 minutes, 0, 0 seconds. Okay, and that makes sense because what this says is I've got 36 degrees and a third of a degree. A third of a degree in base 60 is 20. So 36 degrees, 20 minutes, 0, 0 seconds. Okay. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll do another video. We'll go the other direction. We're going to take degrees, minutes, seconds, convert it into decimal degrees. That's actually a little bit easier. And then you guys you'll be ready to rock and roll on your unit conversions, man. You guys are going to be in good shape. So thanks for watching.